What's up, Cowboys Nation? Welcome back to Cowboys News TV, your go-to source for everything Dallas Cowboys. I'm Dave, and today, we're breaking down the thrilling Sunday night football matchup where the Cowboys narrowly defeated the Pittsburgh Steelers, 20-17. It was a game filled with drama, turnovers, and a last-minute victory that had us on the edge of our seats. But before we dive into the action, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. Your support is crucial as we aim for our goal of 12,000 subscribers. Help us grow and keep bringing you the best Cowboys content out there. Now, let's talk about Dak Prescott. He's often labeled a stat monster who struggles to seal the deal in the win column, but last night, he silenced some critics. Despite throwing 2 interceptions and losing a fumble, Prescott came through when it mattered most. As we enter the fourth quarter trailing 10-6, he orchestrated 2 crucial touchdown drives that secured the win. What do you think about Dak's performance? Is he proving the doubters wrong, or do you still have concerns? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. The game started with a weather delay of nearly 90 minutes, leaving fans anxious as they waited for the action to begin. After a touchdown-less first half, the Cowboys finally found their rhythm, with Prescott throwing a go-ahead touchdown to Jalen Tolbert with just 20 seconds left on the clock. How clutch was that moment? Make sure to share your reactions in the comments and participate in our poll about whether you think Dak is the right quarterback for the Cowboys moving forward. Now, let's break down the key moments that defined this game. Despite Dallas committing 3 turnovers and 11 penalties, they managed to outgain Pittsburgh for 45-226 in total yards. That's a significant achievement against one of the NFL's top defenses. The Cowboys also found a running game, finishing with 109 rushing yards. Rico Dowdle played a pivotal role, catching a 22-yard touchdown pass from Prescott that put Dallas ahead 13-10. But it wasn't all smooth sailing. Dowdle also fumbled at the goal line, which could have turned the tide in favor of the Steelers. Speaking of the Steelers, quarterback Justin Fields had a solid performance, completing 15 of 27 passes for 131 yards and 2 touchdowns. However, with their last drive, he and his team couldn't find a way to answer Prescott's late-game heroics. Cowboys Nation, what did you think about our defense's performance? Did they do enough to contain the Steelers, or were there areas where they could improve? Let's get that conversation rolling in the comments. As the Cowboys improve to 3-2, the victory gives them some momentum heading into the upcoming games. The coaching staff, led by Mike McCarthy and defensive coordinator Mike Zimmer, will be analyzing the film and looking for ways to cut down on those self-inflicted mistakes. It's critical to reduce turnovers and penalties if the Cowboys want to make a serious playoff push this season. How do you think they can improve their game management? Share your ideas below.
A gritty, ugly, yet beautiful win. If you're a fan of perfectly executed, 4-quarter football, this might not have been your favorite game. But if you love watching a team grind out a win through adversity, this was a masterpiece. The Cowboys pulled out a 20-13 win against the Steelers in a game that could best be described as chaotic, ugly, and absolutely beautiful all at once. And you know what? That's exactly what this 2024 Dallas Cowboys team is going to be this year. They're not perfect, but they find ways to win, even when everything seems to be working against them. The injuries and adversity. First things first, let's talk about the injuries. The Cowboys came into this game banged up, and things only got worse from there. They lost not just 1 but 2 of their top pass rushers, with both Micah Parsons and DeMarcus Lawrence exiting the game. And if that wasn't enough, Marshawn Kneeland, another key defensive lineman, went down on the first drive. So what did the Cowboys do? They sent out guys like Carl Lawson, Tyrus Wheat, and Chauncey Galston to rush the passer. These aren't the guys we expected to see making plays, but they stepped up in a big way. On offense, it wasn't any better. Tyler Guyton went down, forcing the Cowboys to shuffle their offensive line. Tyler Smith kicked out to left tackle, TJ Bass came in at guard, and even Zach Martin missed time, leaving Brock Hoffman to step in. If you told me at the start of training camp that this would be our offensive line in a critical game against the Steelers, I'd be worried. But guess what? They found a way to make it work. That's what this team does. Dak's roller coaster night. Now let's talk about Dak Prescott. This was not one of Dak's best games by any stretch of the imagination. He threw an interception before halftime that was, frankly, puzzling. He also lost a fumble after taking a sack, and then in the fourth quarter, he threw a deep ball that was picked off when the receiver wasn't even open. Mistakes like these are going to hurt the Cowboys if they continue, but in true Dak fashion, he redeemed himself when it mattered most. Despite the miscues, when the Cowboys needed a leader in the fourth quarter, Dak delivered. With the game on the line, he marched the offense down the field, needing 70 yards to score. And on a critical play, he made maybe the smartest decision of the night, diving on a loose fumble to keep the possession alive. That's the kind of play that doesn't show up on the stat sheet but can win you games. On third down, Dak threw a low pass to Jalen Tolbert that fell incomplete, but on the very next play, he found Tolbert again for the game-winning touchdown. Tolbert made the biggest catch of his young career, and the Cowboys walked away with a gritty win. Cowboys Nation, what did you think of Dak's performance? Were you frustrated by the turnovers, or did his late-game heroics make up for it? Let me know in the comments below. A resilient team effort. This wasn't just about Dak, though. The entire team showed grit and resilience. Even without their star players, the defense held the Steelers to just 13 points. They didn't let the loss of Parsons, Lawrence, or Nealon break their spirit. Instead, they found ways to make plays and keep the Cowboys in the game. The offensive line, despite being patched together with backups, gave Dak just enough time to make crucial throws. And the Cowboys secondary, missing Darren Bland, held their own against a Steelers offense that had its moments. Carl Lawson and Tyrus Wheat, not exactly household names, stepped up when the Cowboys needed them most. These aren't the guys we expected to be making plays, but that's the theme of this game. The Cowboys are finding ways to win with whoever is on the field. A messy game with beautiful moments. Some might call this an ugly win, but I see it differently. This was beautiful. It's the kind of game that defines a team's character. The Cowboys didn't have everything going for them, but they found a way. That's what it's going to take this season. It won't always be pretty, but they'll grind it out, scratch and claw, and do whatever it takes to get the W. Cowboys Nation, how are we feeling after this one? Is this the kind of win that gives you confidence moving forward, or are you concerned about the mistakes and injuries? Drop a comment below and share your thoughts. Final thoughts. Alright, that's going to do it for today's video. The Cowboys pulled off a beautiful mess of a win against the Steelers, and while it wasn't perfect, it was exactly what we needed. Make sure to smash that like button if you enjoyed the video, and hit subscribe if you haven't already. We've got tons of Cowboys content coming your way, and you don't want to miss a thing. And before you go, answer this: what was your favorite moment of the game? Was it Tolbert's game-winning catch? Dak diving for the fumble? Or maybe the way the defense stepped up without their stars? Let us know in the comments. As always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on Cowboys News TV. Until then, go Cowboys!